Oh, good morning. Just barely. We've got to be kind of quiet. People are sleeping. But this is your video thought for the day. I'm Mark Lanier, and I got an email the other day from a dear friend of mine. Her name's Lorraine, and she emails me quite often just some of her devotional thoughts and things that she's thinking about each day and dwelling on. And I loved it because she sent me an email with 5 different ways she sees God. Just short little phrases or short little words that she thinks are appropriate for God. And I agreed with her. I thought, boy, what a splendid idea. So I'm taking Lorraine's email, and each one will be a video thought for today, for this week. We'll cover the 5. So today is Monday. Let me give you the first one. She said to me, Mark, God is infinitely greater. I just ended it there. And I really am glad she ended it there, because it allows us to fill in the blank. And I don't think we can fill in any blank that will not make that sentence true. Let me give you an example of what I'm talking about. God is infinitely greater, certainly, than the universe around us. I mean, the universe itself is by definition finite. We don't know where the limits are, but we know that there are limits. We don't know how many stars there are, but there's a limited number of stars. We don't know how much molecular material there is, but there's a limited amount of molecular material. The world, the universe, the cosmos is finite. And yet the God who made that cosmos is not. He is infinite. So if he's infinite compared to the finite cosmos, he's certainly infinitely greater than the cosmos. But who's that worried about whether or not God's bigger than the galaxies and the Milky Way? Here's a greater concern for me. Is God bigger, infinitely greater than the problems that I face in my life? That's where, if you will, the cosmos changes from something vast and beyond comprehension to something that's very personal, and something that is driving today, driving this week. See, we all have different problems. The Bible's so clear. We do not live in the Garden of Eden without problems. We live in the world after the fall, where God said to Adam and Eve that, it's going to be painful in this world, that instead of the fruit coming easy, your labor will be among the thorns and the thistles. We live in a world of problems. You have problems. I have problems. They may be problems of health. They may be problems of wealth or lack thereof. They may be problems of emotional problem issues. They may be problems with relationships. They may be problems with trying to figure out purpose in life. They may be problems trying to figure out meaning of life. They may be problems, fill in the blank. Doesn't matter. God's infinitely greater. God's infinitely greater than the problems you and I are facing today or ever could face. And the infinitely greater God, here's the incredible part, promises to walk through with us every problem we've got when we lay it down before him. The preacher yesterday at church, Pastor Avery Limmel, talked from Proverbs 3, an Old Testament wisdom passage that talked about how important it is to trust God with all of your mind and lean on him with your understanding, and he'll carve out or direct or straighten your paths. I mean, this is the God who's able to take every problem we've got, and we can trust in him. And when we do, he leads us because he's infinitely greater than all of our problems or anything else. Now that's a trait of God we're talking about today. That's your video thought for the day. If you'll tune back in tomorrow, we'll look at the second feature of God that I got from Lorraine's email. God bless you. And shout out to Lorraine. Bye-bye.